Ladies and gentlemen, we have another wonder kid on our hands. We have Max Dowman. We have a talented footballer. We have a talented footballer, and I'm not a Arsenal fan, I know that. But my goodness, Matt Dowman changes the game. He is those kinds of players that just have that it factor. The moment he stepped on the pitch in the 74th minute, Arsenal felt different. Arsenal felt that they have somebody in the team right now that can unlock the key. Eze tried. He tried and tried. Bukayo Saka tried and tried. Madueke tried and tried. Kai Havertz tried and tried. Even Rice tried and tried. But nobody could do it. But the 16-year-old, the youngest player to score in the Premier League, might I add, steps up and absolutely does the magic. He finds the back of the back post to Hinkepia. Hinkepia passes the ball. I don't know if he really knows what he was doing at that particular time, but he did it. Passed the ball to Gyökeres, and Gyökeres puts it in the back of the net. First things first, we have to give credit to Mikel Arteta for making those changes. Because Mikel Arteta had other people. Mikel Arteta had Gabriel Jesus. Mikel Arteta had Miles Lewis Kelly, Ben White. He could have brought on any of those three. But he chose to bring on a 16-year-old, 75 days young football player. Someone that is going to go into his school on Monday and he's going to be walking with a lean on his, you get me? He's going to be walking with a lean because that would be the kind of celebration that if I was a friend of Max Dowman in the college, I will be throwing for the kid, especially if I am an Arsenal fan. This is magnificent. He is 16 years old. He's not even gotten to a point where he'll be writing his GCSEs or SATs. That is how magnificent this kid is. Marvelous. I don't know what you were doing at 16, but it wasn't scoring at the Emirates. It wasn't scoring the most important goal to take you to the the Premier League title. It wasn't assisting or pre-assisting the opportunity for you to get a Premier League title. Because guess what? If Arsenal wins this, why am I even saying if? When Arsenal wins this, because Manchester City are already struggling on their own. When Arsenal wins this, he is going to get a medal. He is flipping going to get a medal. Manchester City are still struggling to defeat West Ham. And I told you guys in my last video, if Manchester City lose any point now, it's game over. It is absolutely game over. It's not mathematically yet game over, but in my mind, it is game over. And then you, of course, saw the pre-assist. I've already spoken about that. Magnificent. Understood where he needed to put the ball. Put the ball in the back post. Maybe Jordan Pickford could have done a little bit better by reading the flight of the ball. He could have. I understand that. But just understanding that is the perfect place. That is where you will put the ball for the threat. Understanding those situations and actually putting it there to Hinkepia, for Hinkepia to then pass the ball to Viktor Gyökeres to get the first goal is magnificent. And then having the wherewithal in the second goal for you to shrug off Mykolenko, and then shrug off O'Brien. Is he O'Brien or Keane? It's like, you can't stop me. You can't stop me. And then drive all the way into the 18-yard box and pass the ball into the back of the net. I can tell you that when he goes to school on Monday, which he's going to, is going to be a different ball game. I might even take off. Going to school. Because that is the impact that this kid has had. It is magnificent. We are watching a superstar. We are watching a superstar. I said the same thing when we were watching Mason Greenwood. Superstar talent. Yes. Did he go into plan? No. But superstar talent. And that's what we are watching in Max Dowman. And the good thing about this kid is that he just looks like, I'm not new to this. You guys are just catching up. That's what he looks like. He looks so calm for a 16-year-old boy. Yes, he's a boy. He has not even gotten to man status yet. He is a boy. He can't even buy cigs yet or buy alcohol yet. He is a boy. But the confidence, the maturity in the way he plays football, we need to be watching out for this kid. We need to be watching out for this kid. And for the fact that Arsenal have been able to convince this kid to stay at Arsenal is one of the best things they could have done. Because I would be telling my club, I would be emailing them, I would be sending pigeons, I would be sending crows for them to send a message to go get Max Dowman if he had any ideas of leaving Arsenal. But he doesn't. It has gotten to a point that Max Dowman has folks that decided not to talk to me because I roasted Arsenal when they dropped points against Wolves, texting me again. Chukuma is texting me again. But now I have to give them credit. And then let's talk about Viktor Gyökeres, because I've just spent 6 minutes just glazing on this guy's performance in terms of Max Dowman. Now let's talk about Gyökeres. Gyökeres came into this game, and I told you guys, Arsenal doesn't need something special. They just need someone that is in the right place at the right time, and that right there is Viktor freaking Gyökeres. Because Viktor Gyökeres was the one that got the first goal, the winning goal in my mind. You understand? He got the winning goal in the 89th minute. Being in the right place at the right time and putting the ball in the back of the net is the hardest thing to do on the pitch. It's the hardest thing to do on the pitch. And Viktor Gyökeres has a knack of doing it, because we tend to see this every single time. And that's the brilliance of Viktor Gyökeres. That's the reason why you get a finished article when you want to win the league. That's the reason why you get a cherry at the top instead of icing or bread and butter or sourdough in the cake. You get the finishing article, and that is why Viktor Gyökeres is absolutely in this video, and I'm talking about him. This is the best part of what Mikel Arteta has been able to do together. His decision-making of bringing Viktor Gyökeres is brilliant, and we need to celebrate it. I made a video not too long ago saying between Viktor Gyökeres and Benjamin Sesko, who was a better signing? I said right now, it has to be Viktor Gyökeres, because we are talking about 11 goals in the Premier League right now. And those 11 goals, all of them have been absolutely crucial in getting them to where they are right now. Because you look at the way the game looked in the starting of the half, it was just uneventful. Everton decided, we are not going to let you beat us. And they were not. Nothing happened. It's literally boredom in the first half. Maybe the only thing that happened was the fact that Jurrien Timber got injured. So make sure you get back soon, man. Hopefully you get back soon and you are absolutely fit to raise that trophy. And then in the second half, it kept on the same way. Absolutely uneventful for the majority of the first 10 minutes to 15 minutes. And then Mikel Arteta, understanding that nothing is going his way, starts throwing on substitutes. He starts throwing on substitutes because he understands the gravitas of this game. He starts throwing on substitutes, brings on Martinelli, brings on Gyökeres right where, back to back. Back to back. And then after another 10 minutes, Hincapié, Max Dowman. And that's where we get the goals. And to be frank with you, there's really not much to talk about when it comes to this game. It's just celebrating the arrival of another mastermind, celebrating the arrival of a superstar, celebrating the arrival of Max freaking Dowman. Let me know what you guys think about this, because he has broken the record. He is a record breaker, Max freaking Dowman. And he might just be the reason that Arsenal goes on to win the title. Just start engraving that freaking bottom of the title for Arsenal already. I'll see you guys in the next one. And if you do not like this video, maybe you're a Manchester City supporter. But don't blame me. Blame Pep Guardiola, because his team is absolute dog right now. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.